If you're a startup founder, I've found that the hardest thing is not figuring out what you need to build, it's deciding on what you don't need to build. I'm a startup CTO or fractional CTO where I take just a general idea and turn it into a real product, getting it to the place where we have beta users and then eventual validation with paying customers, and staying on a little bit longer, usually for about a month or so, for a CTO to come in or some other team to come in. But I get it from idea to real product. I've noticed that most founders start with the features they want, but I think the better approach is what is the user journey? What is the point of what the user is using the product for? Why are they using your service? From point A to Z, getting them all the way, they hit your app or they hit your site, and from start to finish, what is it that they should be able to accomplish, not all the little bells and whistles that you want to include. So based off of that, we know really what the MVP is. We're expecting the most basic user interaction off of the MVP, and it's A to Z. What is that user journey? What's their workflow for them to accomplish their goal, for the reason of why are they even at the site or on the app? What is it that they're trying to accomplish? A to Z, how are we accomplishing that? And then from there, we're able to create the workflow and figure out the systems to support that. People say, like developers, that getting things done really quickly, the speed comes from really good decisions and not really good code. I think you can do both. But before you start coding, you have a really good understanding of what you're trying to accomplish very, very minimally for the user to be very happy with solving whatever problem we're solving. So the speed comes from really having clarity and not going crazy in the beginning, not having scope creep, and then again, just making sure you know what you're not going to build as you go through the process. So if you are a founder and you have your idea or you're just about to develop it and you want to have somebody think it through with you a little bit more, comment startup on this video or DM me, or you can go to my site. You can reach out to me. I've got my cell phone and I've got my email on there. But yeah, before you really jump in and start development, I think it makes sense to have somebody look at it for you. And it's really fun to expand ideas and think about, oh, we could do this in phase, well, you don't really know, but like kind of sort what could be in phase 2, what could be in phase 3, so on and so forth, but then dial it all back. So we have these really fun powwow meetings, but then we force ourselves to strip it right back down to the base MVP and then outline what that looks like, and then stay really, really close to that through the process of, probably like 1 to 2 months max. And there's lots of iterations in there, trying to get beta users to start using it as quickly as possible, maybe by the 4th week, 5th week. And then the little refinement, you get all the bugs out, get all the little features dialed in. But ultimately, you're solving the most basic problem, and then you can build the features on top of that in phases 2 and 3.